What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BMax45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a meta deck discussion for the Digimon TCG here. We're going to be looking at some of the decks that are topping right now in this 2.5 format. This was from a regionals on March 15th. So I know this is going to change a lot because we're going to see the ban list take effect at the end of the month. But I wanted to do kind of a quick overview of what's going on for the format right now and how that's going to change in just basically about a week. Basically, we're going to have another regionals, I think, on the 30th. I believe the ban list will be in effect for that. If not, we're going to have the April, meta deck discussion anyways. So that'll change the format with the new ban list. So we're going to be looking at how things stand right as of right now, so we can compare it to after the ban list hits. So here we look. This was in the Netherlands and Amsterdam, but we're going to get right into it here, and we're going to take a look at what was winning, what was doing a lot of damage, and how that's going to change. So hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, as you can see, Purple Hybrid still dominating 5 decks right there. That's going to change. Purple Hybrid got hit like a truck. You got 3 Gallant Mons, 3 Royal Knights, so that's doing good. Magnamon. So Magnamon could technically take a little bit of a hit too. We had 1 Zephagamon, so that's really cool. 1 Virus Imperial, Levia, and Fenrir Lugmon, Takami Kazuchi. So here if we look at the first. If we look at the first hybrid list here, this is going to change because things getting hit, right? So Matt's gone completely. So that's 4 cards out of this deck. And Jack raids to 1. So that's 7 cards. 7 cards in this deck are effectively gone. And then you're going to have to change things up because the deck will have to play a little bit different. So yeah, it's a 7 card hit, so nuts. So that'll definitely change a lot. So that, depending on what goes in there, we'll see what happens. If we look at the Royal Knights, got 4th place. You can see Medieval Gallantmon, big part of the deck again. You got the Godsumon to help choke your opponent when they play, so they can't play by effects. Lots of cool stuff here. Last Guardian, Royal Knights of the Purge, new Omni X. They're playing 4 Omni X. That's an expensive combo, both of those, because those cards are both expensive. Yeah, this is an expensive deck. But yeah, so it's kind of playing a handful of, I think they're playing like 7 Royal Knights cards, different Royal Knight cards. Like 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9. Of course, if we count these as like the same, then it's a little bit different. Like there you go. Like yeah, if you count these as the same, you're doing a little bit different here. So that's specifically it'd be like 7 names, but 9 different cards altogether for Royal Knights. This could potentially be expensive as well. So and let's just compare it too, because we haven't had too much Royal Knights here. If we look at the 6th place list, seems like it's pretty standard. Yeah, they both look pretty much the same. To me, they really look both. Yeah, they pretty much look both the same. Wow, they look exactly the same, honestly. I didn't know if I saw a single difference. No, I didn't. It's pretty much two of the same deck. So obviously, let's take a look at the 10th place one and see if it shows any differences here. No, wow. That is funny. Like all three decks are the same. That is interesting. Okay. Well, let's move on here. Let's look at a deck I'm really interested in, which is Virus Imperial, something I've been playing a lot of. And some cool ideas here. So I'm not sure about this guy. Like, I just don't know when I feel like it's so hard to get his ability off. So I'm not 100% sold on him. I am playing one copy and then 4 of these, just so I can have 5 VMons. I do like the Salamon. That's really cool. I was playing a couple, not memory boosts, purple memory boosts. I'm playing Mists too, like just like this guy. But I was playing a couple purple memory boosts, but I don't really like purple memory boosts because he puts any of your red guys on the bottom, and you don't have too many guys that are like wholly red. Well, you do, because you have 5 VMons, and I had at least 2 XVs. I wasn't playing Flame Dramons, but I'm actually trying them out again. But so it'll whiff on any of these guys and your tamers and your options. So yeah, I feel like this is better. This is actually pretty good because it just adds basically an extra Wormmon to the deck, really. So that's really cool. And then all your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3,000 DP is really cool as well, because it makes it so that you can OTK potentially with your level 5s being able to attack and get over stuff. So that's really nice. And then this guy at 4, because you need him in your trash, you need him in your hand. So that makes sense. Obviously, this is the card that kind of makes the deck a little bit expensive for people, because they're not as easy to pull unless you go back and buy BT14 boxes, which are over a year old now, over like a year and a half, and they're like $70. So it makes it so like you're not going to see as many of these decks out at tournaments as you would other stuff. Pretty standard lineup. Like I think the level 5s are like always the same. I do like more level 4s. So I do actually like the Flamemons. XV is good too. So they both have their place. I like both of them. Yeah. And then Salamon's a cool tech. Really cool tech. And yeah, I like this list a lot, honestly. I think it's really cool. And that's a pretty inspired idea. So we'll have to see if more people start doing that. I'm definitely testing it out. We finally got some Galmons actually took a lot of the lower spots, but when we look here, I think it's pretty similar to what I'm running. I'm not running this guy. I think I'm running like 4 of him. No, I think I'm only running 3. So I think I'm probably running the same thing, other than maybe I'm running a 3rd Gallantmon just because this guy, you want to see this guy. But other than that, I think it's pretty standard. Maybe my options are a little bit up. I think I only play 1 Scramble, but I also play like one X-Ante with the 2 Protoforms. So some similar list there. If we look at the other ones here, similar list. Yeah, this guy's only playing 1 Scramble. He's not playing the BT17 guy. Ooh, playing 1 Omnimon X-Antibody. Interesting. And what's this number 16th like? Fairly similar. A few little changes there. The X-Antibody is kind of an interesting take on it. Oh, I think I'm playing. Yeah, I think I'm playing 2 cool boys still. So I think that's where my deck changes. I try to add those extra tamers in. It's hard to fit all that, but no, it's good. It's cool to see that the cool boys do, help out here. What else we got? Magnamon 14th. This is gonna change too because blinding rays going to 1. I mean, not that much. You didn't play a whole bunch of blinding rays, so the deck's not gonna change that much. But yeah, this can be pretty pricey too with this card and this card alone. Other than that, I like the new Mega Digimon X-Antibody. That's pretty good. This Digimon attack target cannot change. That's actually pretty good. So if you don't have the Magnamon, so you have the Flame Dramon, you can just go up the other way. Zavigamon was cool. That was actually really cool. First time. And so it's a very interesting deck because it uses so many different facets here. You have this for players can't reduce costs. You got Palmon to gain you memory by suspending your opponents and to also reduce your Digivolution costs once per turn if you have a Tamer in play, which is probably going to have a Tamer in play. Then you have even more stun. You have players can't play Digimon by effects, so just a lot of tech. And then you actually only have a few Terramons because you're playing 2 of the reduced cost Terramons from EX7. Only 3 of the Searcher, and then playing the one that lets you play your Tamers, playing the Galemon, Kabuterimon suspension effects to help with that Palmon. And then you're playing the new promo Galemon, which also helps you reduce Digivolution costs, Grand Gale from EX7, and then 1 Rapid, and then the new Chromon, which also gives you suspension abilities. Then Zephyr Ace is getting played, as well as the one in each of the old one, but then max out kind of on the medieval Calamons. And then the new Shoto sees play, so that's kind of cool. And then basically to help you get into your old ones. And then, just your options. Kokomon Eggs. That's pretty cool. This is actually a pretty cool deck. I wouldn't mind trying this out. So this is pretty cool. Maybe we're going to see more of these now that the purple hybrid's been hit. This is like, what are we going to see? We're going to see a lot of more interesting stuff. I mean, we got the Fenrir Lugamon deck. But looks like you're not, and that card's going to 1/2. So this deck is actually getting hit as well. We're seeing not a lot of the new stuff except for the new Tamer. I mean, no, okay, we got the new Kazuchimon. New Ace isn't getting played. The new Luga is getting played, so that's cool. But that's it. Only a few new cards in the deck, so there are a few new cards in the deck. We'll have to see how it goes after this card gets hit like a truck in a second. So this could drop off the map too. And of course you have Leviamon as well, which is Levia. So it's the same basic thing. This deck hasn't seen any hit to it. Yeah, just like all the top end. Nothing will happen to that deck. But Leviamon's still good. Yeah, so this is interesting meta. I mean, like, of course, I think Purple Hybrid's going to have a hard time, but we'll see if it still tops when we do get the rest, when we do get a tournament. I feel like the regionals this on the 30th, I feel like that is going to be, what is it? It's going to be new format, because I think the ban list goes into effect on the 28th. But don't quote me on that, because I might be wrong. But we'll see. Maybe we'll see more Royal Knight slots, more Gallantmon slots. Will we see more Virus Imperial Dramon slots? That'll be interesting to see. We'll have to wait and see if Zeffigamon does better. But right now, it's anyone's guess what's going to be topping. This is actually a really cool regionals list, just because there's a lot of decks I would have thought like Zeffigamon. Magnamon always usually has a tops at least once. The Royal Knights is cool, as well as definitely the Virus Imperial. It'll be interesting to see if this tops more now, or maybe Blue Green will come back. We'll have to wait and see. But definitely Purple Hybrid got hit a lot, so we'll have to wait and see how that affects things. They took a good chunk, like a third of the top 16. Then you have Gallantmon and Royal Knights taking a little bit less of a percentage, but still a high percentage of the list. And then finally you have, you're like your 1 and 2 ups. So we'll see what happens. It's an interesting format right now. Purple Hybrid obviously still dominating, but you're starting to see other decks come out of the woodworks that are probably going to have a really good time in April in the 2.5 format before we get BT21. And maybe even a lot of these decks will be good after BT21. We don't really know how BT21 is going to move the needle in terms of compatible decks, but we'll see very, very soon. I know I have an Ultimate Cup on the 12th before the release for BT21, so I'll get to play in this format at least once before we change things again. So I'll have to wait and see. But tell me what you guys' thoughts are. Do you like this format? Are you glad Purple Hybrid is going to get neutered? Do you think it's still going to top on the lists? We'll have to keep an eye on it. And as always, we will bring you these meta deck discussions whenever we can, so we can talk about how things are going in the Digimon TCG. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.